and welcome to New York City Atheists live on tape, brought to you by New York City Atheists. I'm your host, Dennis Horvitz, the David Letterman of the Hopelessly Damned, taping from one of our Sunday brunches. And our guest this evening for you, is Dr. Vijayam, who is the Executive Director of the renowned India Atheist Center in the southern city of Vijayam, which is said to be the first such atheist center in the world. The India Atheist Center has won an International Humanist Award in Oslo in 1986 and was founded in 1940 by his father Gaurav, who was a close acquaintance of Mahatma Gandhi. Today, 68 years later, the India Atheist Center boasts 3 4-story buildings that contain a hospital, dormitories for poor women and widows, a working women's hostel, a science center, classrooms, and, believe it or not, a dance school. Ken, that's what we need. That's it. We need an atheist dance school.
The atheist rag.
The atheist rag, yes. The center today, the India Atheist Center today, is operated by the 9 children of Bora and Saraswati, all of whom work in the center as doctors, engineers, teachers, or social workers. Dr. Vijayam is finishing a month-long tour, which began in Washington, D.C. and crisscrossed the United States to Minneapolis, Fresno, Long Beach, California, and back east to Philadelphia. We are very pleased and proud to have him as our guest today at New York City Atheist Brunch. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Vijayam.
Dear friends, I'm immensely happy to be here with all of you, the New York City Atheists. It's wonderful. America is not only a land of religion, but also of atheism, free thinking, rationalism, free thought, and secularism. We should never forget our roots in America. Our roots are in our Constitution. The Constitution emphasized on separation of religion and state. That we have to carry forward. Whenever we look to our roots, then we realize our responsibilities and how our people deviated from the path. Our politicians deviated from the path. How come you have God in God? We trust in God on the currency which is used by everyone. A strange thing. There is no debate in the Parliament, in the Congress, but in order to please one person, one father, they change the shape of the dollar. That should not happen. Perhaps you know that in India, when our constitution was framed, one member got up and said, "Let us have an invocation in the name of God." His name was Kamath. He was in the Constituent Assembly. He said that with the God Almighty's blessings we are starting this Constitution. In that way he wanted to have the invocation. Then the President of the Constituent Assembly, who later became the President of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad said, "Let us not bring God into the permanent document." Then these are the exact words he said. Let us not bring God into the permanent document. We may believe personally, but we should not bring God into the Constitution because Constitution belongs to all. Even today, in our Constitution, there is no reference to God, there is no reference to religion, and it is purely secular. Not only that, by the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution in 1976, they added fundamental duties along with fundamental rights in our Constitution. And the fundamental duty, one important fundamental duty, Article 51AH, is it is the fundamental duty of every citizen of India to promote scientific thinking, scientific spirit of inquiry, humanism, reform, So that kind of fundamental duty we have. Many people say, what is there if we have something in the Constitution? In fact, if you have anything in the Constitution that people want, they can bring to the fore, make it effective. I am not here to give you all the details of our Constitution or about India, but I am here to share with you some of my concerns, some of our experiences, and also to learn more from all of you. You are all veteran atheists. We have great experience in championing the cause of atheism in this part of the world. Madeline O'Hare came to Atheist Center Vijayam after Gora's death in 1980s. Similarly, Gora met Madeline O'Hare at the American Atheist Center. Perhaps you know, only after meeting Gora, she changed the title of her center. Earlier it was known as Society for Separation of State and Separatists. When they discussed together, she decided to start American Atheist Center. We are very happy that all of you are firmly believing in atheism. In fact, the title of my talk today is March Towards a Post-Religious Society. Whether you like it or not, whether religious people like it or not, the world is marching towards a post-religious society. That is why in Europe, even in England, many churches are empty. That is why religious leaders are turning to Asia and Africa to subjugate people in the name of religion. There are many churches on sale in Europe. All of you are familiar with that. And in fact, in England now, 14% of the people are officially atheists. That is why they started teaching atheism, humanism, rationalism, and free thought in the universities and also in the educational institutions. That is a great achievement for all of us. Kindly look into any website or anything in Google. If you see unbelief in the world or non-belief in the world, in many countries people have moved away from religion very much. Some of the countries, 50, 60%, 80%, and the statistics are not correct. I met a friend from Iraq, and he said even in Iraq, 20 to 30% of the people are atheists, but they don't say openly, that's all, because the conditions are not congenial for them. Even in Iran, many atheists are there. So even in the Muslim countries, let us not think that's a monolith society. It is also diverse. Why people are moving away from religion? The main reason is the conflict between science and religion took place for hundreds of years, and science has finally won. It is the way of science with Darwin's theory of evolution. The changes that take place in the world cannot be seen so easily, because what is the symbol of a religion? A mosque, a temple, other religious place. These are built by people with bricks. So they show these symbols and say religion is thriving. But people have moved away from religion, that's why they are empty. We are marching towards a post-religious society, and like a flood, people come into the fold of atheism, humanism, rationalism, free thought. You use any name to do the work. That's important. We say medicine is one which cures patients. So for cultural reasons, in different countries, people have different names. We are not worried about the names. All of us are fellow travelers. We are all moving in the direction of a post-religious society. So let us make a common cause instead of wasting our time in discussing about the differences. We agree on many points. So when we agree on many points, let us work together. That is the way to proceed further. I would like to bring to your notice certain important aspects. As that is not working, I forget about it, no problem. Most important thing is, earlier we had to debunk religion all the time. Till 19th century, that was the responsibility to debunk religions. But in the 20th century, a lot of change has come. People have realized secularization of societies has taken place. So what we need today is not mere criticism of religion, but building an alternative to religion. We need a positive approach. We are living in a secularized society. So in such a situation, it is not enough if we criticize religion. What is needed is building an alternative to religion. Art or music or literature or any sculpture or anything is not the monopoly of religion. It is not the monopoly of religion. It is a form of human expression. Art, architecture, sculpture, painting, drawing, or you name it, anything, all these are expressions of human thought and human imagination. What we need today is, let us not allow all these things to be away from us. We have to build an alternative literature, alternative art, alternative sculpture with human themes, or about society, about nature, about environment, about any kind of human thought that would lead to human progress. That is very important. Similarly, what religious people want is, they are happy even if we are Hindus, whether we are Christian or Muslim, they don't mind as long as they are in the fold of religion. The ecumenical movement is nothing but keeping people in like sheep in their orbit. They don't want that people should become atheists or rationalists or humanists or free thinkers. That's why they say, you follow any religion, we don't mind. They say all religions can work together. If they can work together, we can work together in a better manner by saying that we want to be free from religion. In fact, it is not enough if we have freedom of religion. What is needed today is freedom from religion. Freedom from religion, that would be the hallmark of progress. All of us, we are aiming for that thing. Another important thing is, atheism is not negative but positive. Atheism is constructive, creative, innovative, and atheism is progress. Who said atheism is negative? It is the religious people who said that. Why should we accept what others say? What we are, let us show to the world. We are positive, we are constructive, we are creative, and we are innovative, and future generations will remember that atheism doesn't mean mere criticism of religion, but building alternatives to religion. This is very, very important. Otherwise, what happens is, as long as we don't build alternatives, we may talk, but at our home, what happens? Our children may follow the theistic way of life. Our better half sometimes stray into the religious thinking. So what we need today is build an alternative, and we have to cleanse our language from the theistic words. And similarly, when we name our children, let us take secular names. We have in our family, Gora gave us names according to the main events in the freedom struggle. Some of you might have met Labanam. Labanam means salt. And another sister's name is Maitri, the anti-Indian pact. Vidya, education. Some are war. My name is Vijayam, victory when Congress won the elections. And we have a grandchild, his name is Wallace, Olympics Los Angeles. When Olympics took place at Los Angeles, he was born in 1984, we named him Wallace. So in that way, let us be very creative, innovative, and bring a fresh breeze of ideas. In fact, society progresses when we think freely. Religion puts blinds on our eyes. We can't see the realities. That is why we have to take away those blinds. Let us be free. And freedom and responsibility go together. Freedom doesn't mean license. Freedom means be together, work together, bring change in society. Atheist Center was founded by Gora and Saraswati Gora in 1940, as the person who introduced me very correctly said that Atheist Center is known first world Atheist Center in the world. It's known. We don't know, as far as our knowledge goes, we checked in various places, there is no other center, Atheist Center in the world before that. So we started in a remote village. But even before that, Gora and Saraswati, founders of the Atheist Center, were brought up in a theistic atmosphere to begin with. But as scientists, they saw that eclipse takes place. Why should pregnant women should not see that? Hindu women do not see. They defied that and nothing happened. So they have shown that is possible. Similarly, they lived in the haunted houses. People said, oh, there are devils and demons. They will eat away. Nothing happened. They stayed there. In that way, and also people say we are able to walk on fire. We are able to walk on fire with a divine protection. Gora walked on fire and everyone walked on fire, and we demonstrated that it's nothing but global election is scientific fact. Anyone can walk on fire. Fred Edward of American Atheists of California, he came to our second World Atheist Conference in 1980. He walked on fire along with us. Nothing happened. Many people walked on fire. Sir, as long as we don't challenge, things go on. Mysteries continue. So when we examine them, everything will be different. That is why exposing of superstitions is not the main mission of atheists. It is not our main mission. In fact, it is the responsibility of the theists to cling of their superstitions. As they are not doing it, we are doing the extra work to help them, to liberate them. So if you fight one superstition, another superstition comes. The miracle mind is the basis for superstitions. So belief in the supernatural itself is big superstition. Caste itself is a big superstition. How we get rid of them? We get rid of them when we start thinking openly, fearlessly, and look for alternatives. In Atheist Center, what we have done is, we said, caste is a superstition. So it is not enough if we say atheist. People look at us, what kind of behavior we have. Are we still observing any kind of caste customs or untouchability? So in our family, we married many untouchables. Not only ours, we did it first to demonstrate to others. Then we did more than 2,000 such marriages on behalf of our center. Still we are doing it. So we have to change the mindset of the people. Similarly, we never write caste and religion in the application forms when we admit our children in the schools or colleges. They challenged us. They refused to give us admission. In a secular state, they can't do that. That is why when the Loyola College in Vijayam refused to admit us being atheists, even though we got all the qualifications, we challenged. Immediately government said, why can't we stop your grants? Because taxpayers' money is there. Taxpayers' money is there. So why don't you admit? In that way, they had to admit all of us later. We did not join in that college. We fought for the principle. Now they are all good friends. So if we challenge, changes will come. I will tell you one instance, sir. One boy was admitted into the first standard. The school's inspector was a Muslim, so he dismissed him from the elementary school for being an atheist, for not writing caste and religion. Then immediately we took up the challenge. We went to the High Court and we got a writ, stay order, saying that it cannot be implemented. because that discriminates between theists and atheists. But if I don't have property, is anyone going to insist that I should have property? So everyone should be a millionaire, if that is the slogan. If we are not millionaires, are they going to exclude us from being individuals? So in that way we fought, and that boy was reinstated, and that person was dismissed from the service. What happened? The person who objected us, he was suspended immediately. The government servant, because he did not know that ours is a secular constitution. In that way, these are only illustrations. You can challenge at many places. Mandino had challenged with prayer in the schools, and it was a great thing. Similarly, someday you have to challenge the currency note that is in circulation in the United States, and you should say that as currency, the dollar note belongs to all. It should not be there, as in God we trust. So that kind of challenge is required, and we challenge them. They listen to our words, and we say with force, and that force will come when we are organized. One more thing: to help fellow human beings, there is no need for belief in God or religion. But whenever there is any calamity, what the people do is they give money to the churches, temples and others. They think they alone can do charity, good charity. We say to do good or to be good, God and religion are not needed. There is no need for reference to God and religion. So whenever there are cyclones or calamities like tidal waves, and very recently we had tsunami, in all these things, this center was in the forefront helping people. And we have no difference between Muslims, Christians or Hindus. Those who are affected, we are helping them. So in that way, we have to go into disaster preparedness. This center has also taken up environmental problems, ecology and environment, so that we can have better facilities to live. We have to enter into educational institutions. That is very, very important. All of you are experts. So what you can do in the United States is you write alternate literature, alternate poetry, alternate books, put it to the people's minds, then the mindset will change. And I'm very happy that we have atheist radio, atheist television channels here, and they must be multiplied, because they cannot impose religious views on us. And it's some people say it's an offense. They get offended if they see an atheist. But we don't say that. But we say everyone should have an opportunity to get education. So in education and religion must be separated. Education and culture must be separated. Religion and culture must be separated. Culture and religion must be separated. There can be a better culture without religion. Religion is the sociology of the past. And now we have to march forward. So what we are doing at this center is, we are fighting social evils like untouchability. We are also championing the cause of the women who are supposed to be wedded to God in India. There are millions of people in India who are supposed to be married to God, then reduced to the level of prostitutes. In our own state we have such things. No one champions their cause. We atheists started campaigning, and we prevailed upon the government to make a law. They made a law banning it. Then what we did was we printed posters with the help of Oxfam and other organizations, put in all the villages. We worked in 300 villages in that area, and we know none of the so-called untouchable girls who are made as prostitutes, they can read and write. But our target group is the exploiters. They know how to read and write. So then we organized them effectively, and we educated nearly 15,000 such women and their children. Now they refuse to call themselves as Jogins anymore. I'm just giving you some illustrations how we can do that. So our work lies in the villages. India is a land of villages. We are for reverse migration of people from cities to villages. Go and work and empower them. Empowerment is very much needed. Another important thing is, as you rightly mentioned, in our center we have a dance schools. Dance schools. We teach even untouchable children dance. In India, they are not allowed to do that. So we teach them dance. And we, in the themes, what are the themes we have? Our themes are on Darwin's theory of evolution, on world peace, on ecology and environment, on social progress. So anything can be there, and dance is not the monopoly of religion. Dance form is not the monopoly of religion. We need not praise the God through dance or drama or poetry or sculpture. What we need is alternative literature so that many programs can be broadcasted